the impact of the metaverse on mental health, Web3 and the future of entertainment, and the autumn-winter trends anticipated for next year. That and more on today's episode.
Want to know what's next? For over 2 decades, we've led the world's most influential brands to create the right products at the right time for tomorrow's consumer. This is WGSN's Client Questions Answered.
Hello and welcome to the show where our experts from around the globe unpack your biggest challenges. I'm Carla Pizzacci, President and CEO at WGSN. Let's dive straight in. Our first question comes from a client asking, what implications can the maturing metaverse have on mental health? For this one, I'll be passing over to Melanie Larson, our strategist for Insight based in London. Over to you, Melanie.
The metaverse is projected to become an $800 billion revenue opportunity by 2024. So it's vital that brands don't ignore the potentially damaging effects a Web3 world could have on consumers' mental health. Currently, 41% of global consumers are concerned about the dangers the metaverse poses to psychological health. This is because in the metaverse, consumers will be able to explore their identities via avatars. However, mass avatar adoption could cause them to disconnect from their physical lives and lead to phantom timeline syndrome, which is a phenomenon where the lines between physical and virtual are blurred. Also, early research suggests there might be a link between virtual lives and psychosis, such as hallucinations and delusions. And also, prolonged usage of digital tech is also associated with somatic symptoms such as paranoid ideation. Brands and companies must offer safe digital realms and impose limits on the recommended length of time spent in these spaces.
Amazing. Thank you, Melanie, for that answer. You can discover how to create safe spaces in the metaverse that work for everyone in our Insight report on metaverse lifestyles, mental health and well-being. Our next question comes from a client asking, how will Web3 shift the future of entertainment? Let's head over to New York to hear what Cassandra, our senior strategist for Insight, has to say.
The world is transitioning from Web 2, which is a social internet, to Web 3, which is a decentralized internet that places communities in control. Web 3 promises to reestablish power dynamics between users and platforms, and this could alter entertainment as we know it. Throughout 2022, we've been closely tracking the evolution of the fan economy. Creators and celebrities, they're launching NFT collections and social tokens to encourage fans to invest in them in order to reap big rewards. Look to the musical duo The Chainsmokers, which recently unveiled an NFT collection alongside their album, which promised holders access to special drops, as well as 1% of royalties on album sales, essentially letting fans financially benefit alongside them. We're also tracking crypto-backed entertainment, such as Mad Realities, a New York-based reality TV show where viewers can buy the power to make decisions that have real-world consequences for the program. Another shift in the entertainment landscape that we are closely monitoring is the rise of Web3 IP rights. Look to the NFT community Bored Ape Yacht Club, where holders have the right to license their assets for commercial purposes. And we're starting to see those characters pop up in popular culture and advertising. In fact, there's even now a new platform that aims to connect Bored Ape NFT owners with companies that are looking to hire that type of talent.
Amazing. Thank you, Cassandra, for that answer. Listen to our Create Tomorrow podcast episode exploring cryptocurrencies, NFTs, and Web3 for more on this topic. Our final question for today's episode comes from a client asking, we are an interiors brand planning our autumn-winter 23-24 season. What aesthetic trends are you predicting? We're heading over to Bethan Ryder, our Executive Editorial Director, to hear her take. Over to you now.
Thanks, Carla. Yeah, so basically, we've called out our 3 aesthetic product forecasts for autumn-winter 23-24. They're called Natureverse, Creative Reset, and Care Culture. Natureverse explores the beautiful and surprising symbiosis between the technological and the organic. And we see this playing out with immersive qualities of nature and technology, introducing new otherworldly aesthetics, where dreamy digital worlds, twilight colours, bioluminescent ocean life and barren Mars-like landscapes provide inspiration for exciting new designs. So think of biophilic design, moss and lichen-like surfaces, cave-like interiors in hospitality spaces, digitised colour, futuristic shine, and a fluid look of molten lava in CMF. There's a lot more on the site too. Creative Reset describes minimalist and efficient designs that will be coupled with a sense of fun, and fun will be coupled with serious intent as designers and brands align their creativity with a greater sense of purpose. So this is a really bold and colourful trend with many graphic elements taken in a touch of Dada collage, mid-century, reinvented with new colour and pattern, exuberant minimalism, and more. Finally, care culture sees more inclusive design, and that's design that heals. So think about the healing properties of nature combined with chromotherapy, cabin core, lots of wood, that continues, and handcrafted elements. And then any details that create a homely feel, such as skirts and valances, as nostalgic details that will bring a homely feel to kitchens, pantries, and cabinet doors. But you can find a lot more inspiration with imagery to support all of this on our interiors site.
Thank you, Bethan. That's it for this week. If you have any questions or comments that you'd like answered, please pop them in the comments box for our team. I'm Carla Bizashi, and I'll see you next time.